Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Super Paper Mario. I am Mega400, and last time Bowser died. Well, possibly, we don't know. But he did get left behind, who was lost in the duel, yep. And there was no time to stop or even grieve. Again, why would you grieve for Bowser? He's Bowser. He's pretty tough, and he captures your princess. There's no real reason to grieve. And the crash. I'm not sure why this is titled The Crash, when really the last one should have been The Crash. This one really doesn't involve any crashing necessarily. So, again, not really sure why this chapter is titled The Crash, but The Crash. It was a crash. It was a monster crash. Crash Bandicoot. But yeah. Bullet so I don't get why she says this like several times, like, so it really is you. It's like, didn't you already figure out it was him? So why do you keep like reminiscing about it? Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess the fact that it's like, well, he's so sad, so he's destroying himself as well as everyone else because of it. So it's just like, oh, it has to be you then. Well, no, it could be anyone who just got dumped. He didn't really get dumped. He got his girlfriend sucked away by his father, which is probably no better, but I don't know, dumping or having your girlfriend be dumped. I'd probably almost go with the latter, but anyway, this chapter is kind of a little bit longer than the last one, but really not too bad. And oh ho, you finally arrived. Okay, it's quite obvious this is a fake Merlin. I mean, Merlin wouldn't be here. You left behind. If you rush here to tell us this, why did he suddenly get ahead of us? And why would defeating Count Black be, you know, as easy as just hitting a block? See, it was the trap. But unfortunately, we have to go through the trap in order to get to continue on. And yeah, that was Mimi, obviously. Though again, it's kind of dumb because yeah, the trap allows us to continue. If there wasn't a trap, or yeah, if there wasn't a trap, we would be stuck as it is. So, you know, making us go through the trap is just silly, Mimi. I don't really like Mimi, honestly. Mr. L, Dementio, even though Chunks, they're all kind of more interesting than she is. She's kind of like my least favorite minion. She's also probably the most annoying, and probably the hardest to fight. Oh, Chunks is easy to fight. Dementio's not too bad. And Mimi in her spider form is she's not horrible, but she's definitely a little bit more of a challenge than you would think. So here we have these little red switches, and what we must do is hit them to put the pipe that was in the last room under a certain pipe that will allow us to, you know, get to where we need to go. Now this is actually the wrong section. We need to actually put it all the way on the other side of the room. I'm not sure if the pipe loops, like if I hit the switch again, if it would go to the other side, or if, I mean, every time you hit it now, it will still make the rumbling noise, but I'm not sure if you keep going until you get stuck. So anyway, yeah, we need to put it over here where this pipe is, because that pipe is, that pipe is where we'll lead up to another room, not this in-between room of sorts. And yeah, we're already running out of room for items, so yeah, items will not be an issue. And here is showing off the, not everlasting, that's everlasting stopper, but the long-lasting Shroom Shake, which basically is supposed to reviving you all at once. It does it over time. Kind of an interesting concept, and it definitely can be useful, especially if you like get a little bit of damage, or if you're fighting an enemy and you want to be slowly revived and not like all at once, and you want to be revived while you're battling and not have to worry about stopping to get revived. There's definitely uses to it. I think it only revives like 10 total anyway, though, so it's, you know, I almost, is there like, I don't think there's a super long-lasting, everlasting, ultra, I don't know what I'm saying, like one that revived more. That'd be pretty cool, personally. But yeah, here we're moving the pipe, and I'm probably hitting it a few more times than I need to, but that's no problem. Though I think at one point there's yeah, that little extra shake thing. I'm not sure if that was the indication that's in the right slot or not, but it's definitely in the slot at this point. So let's go back over to that pipe. to continue onward with our quest to find Black. And yeah, those guys, those little shadow guys, are kind of annoying. Cool looking, but they're annoying. They'll pop up and throw balls at you. What else has been going on lately? Well, I think I mentioned this in different, mentioned this before, possibly, especially I did on Twitter. I imported my first game ever. I imported, Tingle's, freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland from Europe, because basically, as I've said before, Japan loves Tingle, America or United States, Western civilization or well, Canada and United States. I guess I don't want to say like America could apply to any country, but just United States hates Tingle, and then Europe is indifferent. So they got the game, we didn't. So I import that. It's the first game I ever imported. I got it for like $34, which considering it's, I mean, granted it's an older game, but considering it's an import and the shipping was only $4 or so. It was like 20, or it was like 29 or so without shipping. But that's not bad personally, especially since the other game on Amazon, the other listings for it were like $60. So that was definitely an advantage, or definitely a positive to get it for only like 30. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because I've never seen European boxes before, and they're different than the DS boxes for that the United States has. They're they're clear white type, and they're bigger. Kind of interesting. And their instruction manual is actually a lot bigger, though it's only in Dutch, French, and I think some other, Netherlands. I don't know if that's, I don't know what the language would be, but it wasn't in English, basically. I also got the Club Nintendo code for that, but I don't, have the European Club Nintendo, so that's not going to be that much. I could sign up for an account, but I don't think I could buy anything with just one game. Possibly, though, I don't know. I know Americans' Club Nintendo is a bit inflated. Or, again, Americans, well, Western, Canada and America. Canada and the United States, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I have been playing the game. I know people will be like, Tingle, why'd you buy Tingle? It's Tingle. I never really minded Tingle. I'm also, like, a Zelda fan, so I was interested in playing it. I wouldn't mind getting the sequel, but that's only in Japan, and, well, I could get that. I mean, I guess my thing is, with the exception of some games, a lot of games, I like to be able to read the text. So if I have the choice, I guess if it never is released in America, or not America, if it's never released in English, I guess that's what they're saying. Well, it's not in English, so I won't play it. I guess it's just my thing is, if I can't understand it, there's not really. I'm missing out on half the game if I can't understand, or a good chunk of the game if I can't understand the language. So either I learn the language, or I wait until it's released in the language I can understand. And yeah, one of these we have to go into, but we might as well go into each of them just because you can. Really, if you want to just save time, though, just go to the last one. But yeah, the game is interesting. I'd almost say it's a cross between Animal Crossing. Not really Animal Crossing. Well, somewhat like Animal Crossing. It definitely has like somewhat of a Pikmin element, a little bit. Basically, it's odd. A good portion of the game is based on rupees, obviously, and a lot of it, like, I would definitely recommend not looking up a guide in case you were just to be safe or something, because a lot of the experience of it is haggling with people, and occasionally you'll get, maybe pay more than you were supposed to, or you'll have to pay, not pay enough, and you'll lose those rupees. So there's a whole haggling aspect, and there's, basically your goal is just to make money, and make money by spending money to get more things, to make more money. It's kind of a capitalism thing. It's a very interesting game. It's definitely fun to play. It's a little bit repetitive to an extent at the moment, and it might bother some people, but then again, I play Pokemon, and Pokemon is very repetitive too, so... Heroes, do not flee, for I am the mid-lovely... No, you're not. No, you're not. Yes, we do. No, she isn't. Everyone could. No. No, you're not. You're Mimi. If you're asked question 3, the answer's held the feature's key. Well, I'll humor you. I'll tell you my actual fears. Or actually, somewhat. Actually, I'll tell you my favorite enemies. I love Clubbas, so that's my favorites. And favorites of the next 3 things. Hambros. I'm not scared of them, but they're my favorite things out of those 3. And my favorite is, ooh, Francis. Yes, I love Francis. So, such a stallion. But, yeah. So, I'm not sure what she's gonna do with those choices. Maybe she'll post on a social networking site and embarrass Mario. I don't know. We'll find out probably in the next room. Oh, look! A Clubba. That's interesting. So, I guess she made... So, basically, she's doing the thing that happened in the original Paper Mario, where Cammy Koopa puts your greatest fear in the, you know, Circus toy box. I don't think that was done. Was it done? I don't think it was done to UID, but it definitely was done in this game, or in the original and this game. But wait a minute, if those 3 are there, that means that in this room we'll end up seeing. Nerd, what's going on? Oh my sweet, sweet Francine. Okay, I'm not trying the nerd voice. I broke my nerd voice when I was trying to do it last time. It's you! What are you doing here? I don't know. I was in my comfy chair watching Starship X-Naught, and I warped here. Maybe I can't pronounce a lot tonight. Nothing is gonna take you away from me this time, Francine. So yeah, Francis is here. This is the only boss in the game that is, besides, like, mini-bosses and stuff, like, the only final chapter boss that you can fight twice. Technically. Well, not technically, but... Yeah, it's the only really chapter boss you can fight twice, and he's also optional. You don't have to fight him. But he's not like... You know, the pits have optional bosses, but he's just... He's weird. I'd recommend using your hammer here, because it will do more damage to him. And yeah, if you flip, since we don't have Bowser to do more damage with Bowser, if you flip, you can see his shadow, and that will tell you where he will appear. He has the same stats he did when you fought him in Chapter 3. Obviously, you don't have to fight him, but, I mean, who would give up the chance to fight Francis? Maybe Daisy, I think, will give you quite a bit of points. I'm not sure. I still haven't figured out how they work compared to, like, the RPG games. I think they give you a lot of points, though. And of course, you can always choose the cooking mistake, but honestly, it's probably better to choose one of the enemies in the cooking mistake. The Ultra Shroom, maybe, but that's only if you're really low on health. Fighting the enemies, at least you'll get some points. Not a ton, but some points. Which will help for leveling you up. Eek! What are you trying to pull? Impossible. Hello, Mimi. How'd you get through all that icky stuff? Well, we just might... You know, we were technically, well, not really lying. They were all icky stuff. We don't suck at life, so we can beat them. Talk about a dirty trick. You should be ashamed of yourself. Yes, she should. But she likes getting what she wants, and she'll do whatever she needs to get it. And you're the one that has to get rescued by boys. That's embarrassing. Golly, you sure are a lot of talk when you have your little boyfriend suspect you. So yeah, she's calling out Peach on how Peach is really reliant on Mario. And Peach is quite hurt by that, even though it's pretty much true. Well, not entirely true. She can handle herself, but she is quite pissed, and honestly, Mario and Luigi don't want to mess with the princess when she's pissed, so they're going to backstep off screen. Aw, the pretty widowed princess must have faced me all alone. Boy, sure would be sad if your boyfriends have to cry over spilled peaches. Ha, it's a pun. And, yeah, she's gonna become a spider. I thought my nightmares of this were over, but nope, I get to see it again. Really, I really think the creators just were like, you know, this is really creepy and freaky. We're gonna try and show this as much as possible. I'm surprised they didn't put it in Chapter 6. Me. I know, you like making me's. They're pretty cool too, but, I mean, I think you're a little bit obsessed. But yeah, so basically her main attack pattern is she'll wander around. Sometimes she'll go on the ceiling and throw rupees at you, and then she'll go into this mode, which is pathetically easy to dodge, because since you're Peach, you're required to be Peach in this fight. If you put on your umbrella, she can't hurt you. So, that's an entirely pointless attack, essentially. Of course, if you let her hit you, then Or if you don't do that, then you have the possibility of getting attacked. But, you know, again, it's still pretty pointless considering that you can do that. But yeah, she's not too much different than she was in Chapter 2, except for she's a little bit tougher in terms of the amount of damage she can do to you. And she can do this. I don't think she's done this. Maybe she did this attack in Samurai Kingdom, but again, it's a pointless attack. You can dodge it easily by just using Peach's umbrella shield. So it's kind of a letdown, this boss. I did say like Mimi's kind of one of the more difficult ones, but and really, nah. Then again, no real boss is all that difficult in this game. That's what I found. To the most part. I mean, there's some semi, you know, I don't know. Like I said, what keeps this game really interesting is the story and music and art style, to an extent. The actual gameplay, while is decent, it doesn't really give you a ton of challenge. You know, the challenge is very limited. I'm not to say there's no challenge, but you know, as many people say, like, well, RPGs are just random hitting back and forth. They're not all that hard to do. Well, ironically, the RPG version of this game is a lot more difficult than, you know, the platforming version. I don't get it. I got beat by a princess. Wah. That's because it used this RPG difficulty for a platforming game, and that's not what makes platformers difficult. Oh, what's the matter, little girl? Did I spank Mimi a little too hard? Whoa, whoa, Peach. PG-13. You did. The destruction is spreading. If we dawdle any longer, we're doomed. So as we're going, the castle's just crumbling behind us? I guess that's an accurate realization. And Peach, being the kind-hearted person she is, she's going to tell Mimi to go find where someone is safe. Why? I mean, you could have helped her or something, or helped her up, but, like, telling her to go find somewhere safe, you know, I think she kind of, well, I guess maybe she was just kind of so depressed and you were just trying to make sure she got out of there, but, yeah, nothing wrong with that. Anyway, the door is locked again. That means something bad has happened. Luckily, Peach isn't dead, yet. She is holding on to the ledge, and trying to save Mimi, but yeah, Mimi doesn't want her help, but Peach is not going to let her there to die, because she's been taught to help people in need. Good lesson. And Mimi is kind of touched by that, even though she still has that disgusted face. Unfortunately, Peach dies. Yay! Ding dong, the witch is dead. Okay. The whole castle shook, and now that door won't open. Yeah. Yes. First Bowser, and now the princess. What are we gonna do, bro? Well, we had to look in the enclosed instruction booklet. Help in finding the princess. But yeah, we're gonna have to keep going because Peach wants to keep going, and there's a possibility she's not dead. I mean, she fell into a pit, but I mean, she could just be stuck down there. Bowser has more likely to be dead because he got crushed by a ceiling, but then again, Bowser is Bowser. He can live through the end of the world. He is living through the end of the world. But, so yeah, let's keep going. So that's the end of the second part of Chapter 8. We have 2 more parts done. This climax of the game is coming very closely. So this has been Make400, and I'm reminding you, Peach is a princess, and she wears a dress.